Give it up for Rebecca. Today, I want to talk about the importance of sharing within a Christian community what God has done in our lives and the power of invitation. So I was born into a life filled with fear and abusive teachings. Before I was born, my parents decided to pull away from the church, and they followed a family rather than God. So as we were taught that churches were a dangerous place, so places filled with wolves in sheep's clothing. So we were not allowed to attend. These and many other teachings divided my family. My parents were forced to divorce, and my dad had to leave. Throughout my troubled upbringing, though, I found peace in reading my Bible, and what I read told me of a different story. I read how living in communities of believers was supposed to be a positive thing. It even spoke about how we're to live alongside one another. So I was trapped in these lies, and instead I prayed to God. And I can tell you, although there's more to the story, that God heard me and answered my prayers. So years later, a coworker of mine invited me to church, and I knew beyond all my teaching that is where I needed to go. And that altered the course of my life. So never underestimate the power of invitation. Psalm 66, verse 16 says, "Come and hear, all you who fear God. Let me tell you what he has done for me." So here, the psalmist invites us into his story by word of invitation, come and hear. We are designed to invite, gather others around us, and speak of the things God is doing. Yeah. Our faith is not meant to be privatized. Testimony is meant to be shared. When we declare what God has done or is doing in our lives, we bring glory and honor to his name. Yeah. This verse is an invitation for the believers to commune with each other and testify to one another of the works of Jesus in their lives. When we have been brought through trials and God has answered, in this we rejoice and speak this out to one another. Testimony is forged from seasons of trial. It's when we are brought from a desert to a place of abundance that we can truly understand worship and praise our God together. Today I can say God has answered a long-time prayer of mine. After 30 years of my parents being divorced and God working in their lives, they just got remarried last year. We serve an awesome God.
We do.
So life can still be broken and messy, and knowing that we are surrounded by those who experience and understand this allows for that safe place of healing. Yeah. Our prayers for one another are the love of God in action. By the grace of God, I found healing from a destructive past and in the very place I was told was so dangerous. This all began with an invitation, and this invitation is for everyone. In fact, the sharing of what God is doing builds strong Christian communities. Testimony is meant to be shared. Can I encourage you to never feel ashamed to share your story of what God has done for you? For he's never ashamed of us. If you feel you're stuck in your mess, praise him. He is with you through your valleys. Maybe you feel like you have nothing to offer or don't know what to say to others at times. Just simply tell of what God has done for you. The work God is doing in us all is a testament of his deep love for us. Testimony is such an invitation into hope, faith, and love because our God is faithful to complete what he began in us.
Rebecca.
Thank you, Rebecca. That's amazing. Loving this.